Hey everyone and welcome back. Firstly, I would like to thank each and everyone for all the huge positive feedback on the previous two videos. I'm just overwhelmed by such a huge response from you all. And apart from that, I'm glad that you all made the most out of the video from last week's Double Money event. Last week was probably one of the best week Rockstar has ever done till date in terms of Double Money events, which benefited the players greatly. I even shared a $14 million per day money making method along with the video of my personal method from $0 to $300 million money guide. If you haven't seen it yet, then I suggest you take a look into it as it's going to help you all drastically in the long run. Secondly, this video is not an independent money guide, but just related on such method which I have explained in detail in the previous 0 to 300 million money guide video. This is to show you all how just a few minutes of work every day can reward you hugely one day in the long run. I have been following this method since I first realized, and this has made me a fortune in the long run. Hence I decided to share with you all. And thirdly, I get loads of questions regarding the topics that I have already made a detailed video on. I suggest you all to take a look into all of them before asking the same repeated questions. I have also put them up in playlists to make it easier to find. Also, I'll be linking all of the important useful ones down below in the description so you can go through them easily. I urge everyone to take a look into all of those videos as there will be few tips, tricks and information I share in one video and few more new ones in the other videos as we progress. So you learn a new thing or two from each and every other video. Hence I keep stressing you all to take a look into all of them. Alright, coming to the topic of this video, which is how to make $16+ million in one day. I'll go about in a simple, easy to understand way and not completely in depth into this as I had already spoken about some of this in the previous video. Also, it is same as the methods in the video I had made earlier titled as how I made $10 million in one day. Although the roots are quite similar, the methods are completely different from each other. Okay, going about the method. At first, before the Double Money event week started, I was at around 333.6 million. And at that point, even after it had started, I was held up with the video works and I hadn't got on the game. On the previous day of the video, I had some time off of the PC, so I got on the game and used the AFK method to make roughly $2+ million from few hours. All I did was just buy the supplies and leave the game on AFK. That method too is actually a very good way to make money when you are busy with other works during these Double Money event times. I have made a ton of money being AFK during such Double Money times from the bunker and the MC business. So after all the video work thing, I was free and decided to do some small grinding for a day along with old friends. In that time of doing the bunker sales, MC business sales and the nightclub sales, I reached around 346.1 million. That is around $13 million in growth from the initial stages. So here is where my method actually comes into play and pays off immensely. But even before I go to that, I want to mention one more thing which I forgot to say in the very beginning. It is regarding the businesses and the related investments. I get lots of comments asking the same questions regarding the same topics. It's always about which are the best businesses and how to invest money in the proper way. So I just want to give a heads up that I have made a detailed video titled Top 5 Best Businesses to Buy to Make Fast Money. In this video I talk about all the businesses in the game and in them I have sourced the best 5 amongst them. Apart from this, I've also made a video about the best locations for such businesses. It is titled as Best Locations to Buy Businesses and Properties. In this video, I have talked about the locations as it's one of the most important and crucial part which almost everyone seems to ignore when making the investments. Making the right choices helps a lot in the long run, and also most importantly, you'll save a lot of time from traveling all across the map, making it more efficient for you. So do check out these two videos as it will help you all greatly in literally everyday gaming. Now back to the topic, which is my method. This is related to the business which I see majority of the people ignore as they find it too repetitive, which is actually true, but I have found an alternative way. Here's how I'll go about this method. Firstly, I'll go through few sale videos and show you all just how much money I made out of this simple method, and then I'll break down the method itself. This way you'll understand its importance looking at the sale numbers. At last, I'll also tell about the easy everyday method too. Alright, going about the first step, the sales figures. At the time I started this sale work, I was at 346.1 million. By the time I finished the method, I was at 364.3 million. So that is $18.2 million in growth. But we'll take out the 2.1 million from it, as that money is from other sources like the bunker, MC business and the nightclub. So the figure we'll be looking at is around 16.1 million. Okay, going to the method, and yes, it is the crates business. So I presently have one small warehouse, one medium warehouse and three large warehouses. The small warehouse is where I store all the rare special crates which we get rarely that sell for very high amount. The medium warehouse is the first one that I got and I still use it to make small sales. The large warehouses are the serious money makers. Okay, the beginning of the day when I'm about to start, I'm at 346.1 million. Then I go to the first large warehouse which was filled to the top except the one final spot. That I filled just before the sale. A fully filled large warehouse sells for $4.4 million. That's a huge amount of money. I won't talk about the investment costs here, as when I explain my method you'll know that it gets compensated. So I sell the large warehouse worth 4.4 million all by myself, which takes the count to 350.6 million from 346.1 million earlier. Another important tip here is to try to do the sales during the daytime as much as possible. This is mainly because of the visibility for the plane visions. If you sell during night times and if you get those plane visions where you need to fly low to make the drops, you raise the chances of colliding into something and getting the plane exploded. That's why I try to keep the sales during daytime. I always make the crate sales during daytime. So after that I go to the next large warehouse which is also filled up rare and make the sale again for $4.4 million. Earlier I was at 350.6 million and after the sale I went to 355 million. Again I made the sale solo, like I always make all the business sales solo. I've also made a video titled How to Sell All Business Products Solo for those who ask how to do it. Go through that video as it will not only benefit you during the sales but also for the rates on businesses. So check it out without miss. After this was done, my bunker products was ready to be sold. I always sell at less than 25%. This is actually the exact amount of products we get when a full bar of supplies is used up. The other two benefits? Well, I never get raided and only get one sale vehicle. So with the bunker product sale, I reached 355.37 million from 355 million. This business was on double money at the time. So instead of $210,000 during normal times, I received $420,000. Then after all that, I went on to the last large warehouse sale. I had to fill up the last empty slot and after that I sold the entire warehouse. Again, I made 4.4 million from this. I was at 355.3 mil earlier. After the sale, I was at 359.8 million. Then I went on to the medium warehouse to sell. I had to fill up the last empty slot and after that I sold the entire warehouse. A fully filled medium warehouse sells for $1,470,000 when on double money. It might not seem huge like the large warehouses, but trust me, it is huge for the very little money you put into it. So I was at 360 mil before, and once I made the sale, I was at $361.5 million. After these 4 warehouse sales, I went to the small warehouse. Here there was 4 rare special crates worth almost $1 million. As there was still space left in the warehouse, I had filled it up with the normal crates. It was 12 crates and roughly valued at $350,000. So I decided to sell this first and then sell the rare special crates. Once I sold the 12 crates, the money count went to 361.8 mil from 361.4. Then when I went back to sell the rare special crates, I realized there was a cooldown timer of 30 minutes or 25 minutes. So instead of sitting around wasting time, I went ahead and made sales of bunker, MC business and nightclub. With the bunker sale, I reached 362.2 million from 361.8 mil. Then I made a sale of MC Coke business which was completely full all by myself. Normally, a fully filled Coke business sells for $420,000, but as this too was on double money, it sold for $840,000. So from 362.2 mil, I went to 362.99 million after the sale. After this, I sold off the nightclub products as 4 levels of storage for Coke was full. I got somewhat $296,000 approx. This was after the Tony's cut. So now I was at 363.3 million. By the time I made all these sales, the cooldown timer was over and I was ready to sell again from the small warehouse. So right after the nightclub, I went directly to the warehouse and started the sale of the 4 rare special crates. I got an easy mission and sold the products for $970,000. I had reached 364.26 million from the earlier 363.3 mil. At the end, after all these sales from 346.1 million, I reached $364.2 million. So the total is $18.1 million. So if you look at the numbers excluding the other businesses like the bunker, MC, Coke business and the nightclub, then the total sum of money I made from the crates business alone is $16.1 million. Now if you have large warehouses, then you can make even more money. But as per my setup, this is the amount of money you can make. Let me break this down now. A single warehouse sells for $4,440,000. So 3 large warehouses is around $13,320,000. One medium warehouse sells for $1,470,000. The 12 crates from the small warehouse sold for $348,000. And the 4 rare special crates sold for $970,000. But these small warehouse crates and the rare special crates isn't same for everyone or every time, but that can be changed as per your needs. Also, some won't even have small warehouses, instead a medium or large warehouse itself. Hence, I'll only show from my point of view here as others will have different setups. So all of these 5 warehouses sales adds up to $16.1 million. This is a huge sum of money in just one day for all the little bit of work from every single day. I'll get to this in a minute. And as I said earlier, if you have more large warehouses, then the number increases even more. So it's all totally up to you and the grinding you are willing to do. Now, in this part of business is where my method comes into play. Remember I spoke about the alternative way I used to avoid the feeling of the business being too repetitive? Well, here is that alternative method which I follow on an everyday basis. This is the same from the previous video, but I'll explain in a better way so you all understand it even better. As I have 4 warehouses that I use for money making, what I do is I fill up 4 of my warehouses 1 crate at a time, day by day. In an even more simplified way, every day I log in, I make sure I do 1 crate supply run to all of these warehouses. 4 warehouses, so that's 4 crate supply runs per day. The total space of a large crate warehouse is 111 crates. If you calculate 3 crates per day, then in 30 days, that is a month, you will have an almost filled large warehouse. I prefer to fill up till 90 to 93 crates and wait till double money to fill up the rest and sell it. You can sell it anytime too, but instead of just 2.2 million during normal times, you can make 4.4 million during double money times. So it's worth it to wait. Also, keeping the stock at that number, I seem to have not got raided. So that's my preferred limit to store. You might say, well, it takes a long time to fill it up. But Rockstar 2 gives those events with long gaps. We had 3 continuous weeks during Christmas and New Year. Then after that we got again somewhere in the middle of February, and after that again in April end or somewhere in May beginning if I'm not wrong. And now again we had it just last week. So even if you take your time and fill up the warehouses in my way, you'll still be prepared by the time there's double money on this again. Also, by doing it this way, you can compensate the investment costs like the money you spend on buying crates with other activities like the import-export or the VIP jobs or client missions. More info and numbers regarding this is in the other 0 to 300 billion money making guide video. And also, I won't go in depth here. But if you all want to know more regarding the business and the numbers, then I have got about 2 to 3 videos all on this topic, including other videos in general. Make sure to check them out to know more about this. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I have tried to put all the information and also explain in the most easiest way I could. If there's anything else, then I'll be updating them in the description as well as in the comments down below. Do drop the video a like and also subscribe to the channel. Also share the videos with your friends in order to help them too. A lot more of such videos are to come, so stay tuned. Thank you all and have a good day.